It is the first major international trip of President Donald Trump's second term. Right now, he is in Saudi Arabia, marking the beginning of a trip to the Middle East to see Persian Gulf nations. He'll also visit the United Arab Emirates and Qatar. Our Natalie Brand is tracking the president's Middle East visit for us from the White House this morning. Natalie, good morning to you. So what has Mr. Trump been up to so far, and what's on his agenda?
Good morning, Errol. Yeah, Saudi Arabia is 7 hours ahead, so it's already been a busy morning and early afternoon for the president, who touched down in Saudi Arabia and got a warm welcome and greeting from the crown prince there, Mohammed bin Salman. You can see the arrival ceremony. They then headed to the royal court, where the pool reporters following the president, including our own Jennifer Jacobs, they've described an elaborate coffee tea ceremony, a meeting between the U.S. and Saudi delegations, and also guests who were there on the sidelines of this trip, which include a number of top business CEOs, because a key focus of this trip, Errol, especially the Saudi Arabia leg, is business relationships. There's going to be a U.S.-Saudi investment forum that the president is expected to visit later today. And again, CBS News has reported a number of top U.S. business leaders are expected to be there as well. Companies including NVIDIA, Uber, BlackRock, and others. We also know that Elon Musk, who you can see in that image there as well on the sidelines, of course, as well as cabinet secretaries. There's going to be private meetings, a Saudi state dinner, and obviously, while business is a huge focus given the president's relationship both in the first Trump administration, also personal business ties with the region between Saudi Arabia and the Trump family. Diplomacy, obviously, also a key focus of this trip, with tensions ongoing in the Middle East, the Israel-Hamas war, and of course these larger talks with Iran over its nuclear program. The president from Saudi Arabia also heads to Qatar and then the United Arab Emirates, Errol.
Yeah, interesting to see Elon Musk, which we haven't seen next to President Trump in some weeks. Now, this trip also comes as we're digesting this news of Qatar wanting to gift a luxury jet for President Trump's use. That's drawn a bunch of ethical concerns. How is Mr. Trump handling that?
Yeah, Democratic lawmakers are calling for an ethics review, saying, this plane is worth around $400 million. The president, meanwhile, he is calling it a great gesture of good faith. While he was still here at the White House yesterday, before he left for the Middle East, he was pressed by reporters on the reports about this possible gift, and also whether the government of Qatar is expecting anything in return. Here's part of what he had to say.
I would never be one to turn down that kind of an offer. I mean, I could be a stupid person and say, no, we don't want a free, very expensive airplane. But I thought it was a great gesture.
Now, the White House press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, when she was asked about this, she said that details were still under review and that any gift, if it were to happen, would be in full compliance with the law. And a spokesman for Qatar also noted that this was still under review by both the defense departments of both countries and also the legal departments. And he indicated that no decision was made quite yet, as the details and the legalities of this are examined and worked out, Errol.
Yeah, we'll have a deep dive on gifts from other nations to presidents later this hour. Natalie Brand at the White House. Thank you very much.